now let's talk about wholesaling. And then somebody's asking, like, how do you find them and fund them? Okay, good. So wholesaling, I want to talk about wholesaling today. And the way that you do wholesaling, you're going to have to find them. And so we'll get into like how I find all my facilities. Okay, so let me just take my glasses off so I can see. And let's see if this is it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So everybody should be able to see the whiteboard now. And so we're going to talk about wholesaling today. Wholesaling 101, right? Okay. So you have you. All right. And then you have the storage or the property. Okay. And then you have the buyer. Okay. And then you have also the seller, right? So these are the parties in a wholesaling transaction. So it's the property. All right, you, the property, the buyer, and the seller. So you're going to go out, right, and you're going to look for storage facilities to purchase, just like if you were going to buy them, right? You pretend like you're going to go out and you're going to find the facility. Okay. So step one is you got to find the property. All right, this is step one. And then step two is you got to talk to the seller, right? And see if they want to sell. And you've got to, in the process, you've got to run deal analysis. Get the information and run deal analysis. Okay. And then in step three, you have to sell it. You have to get it under contract, and you have to find a buyer for it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this just step by step by step, so everybody kind of has an idea of what we're going to do. But you are the middle person between the buyer and the seller, and your job is to find a property that the seller wants to sell and the buyer wants to buy. Okay, that's the job. And in this case, the property is going to be the storage facility. All right, that's how it's going to work. Okay. So let's do for wholesaling, step one. Right, finding them. Just like finding, funding, running, right? It's the same thing. It's just finding them. Okay. So now we have to talk about acquisitions. Okay. What are all the different ways that you can find storage facilities to buy? Okay. Now, one of the things that we've been doing is using Crexi, all right, to find facilities. Now, we do not use Crexi to go on and look at for sale facilities. We do not use Crexi for this. Okay, you can see a lot of properties for sale on Crexi. And let me see if I can share my screen. I talk about this like every single, I've been talking about this every single week since we started doing this. But Crexi has an investors like portal where you can pull up property. Let me see. If you want to get access to Crexi, just email questions@stacyrossetti.com. That's our email, questions@stacyrossetti.com, and let me know, and I'll introduce you to Grant, who is our representative from Crexi. And eventually one day I'll get him to come on and talk. We're trying to figure out a good time to do that, and he'll go over Crexi and everything. But what we do, right, is we don't go to the for sale section. So remember, I don't teach going on to Crexi and looking for facilities to buy. although there are a ridiculous amount of storage facilities for sale on Crexy right now, they're just always, to me, they're always like way too expensive. There's 650. Every time I look at this, every time that I look at this page, there are more and more facilities that are added to this list. It's just crazy to me. I've never seen this many storage facilities for sale.